Hello everyone, my name is Upashana Ghosh and I have qualified the UGC NET December 2019 in the subject law. So I would like to let you know in this video that previous year question papers are very important because there is always a possibility that questions are being repeated in the exam. In the previous video of mine, I have discussed with you the first two questions of UGC NET December 2018 and in this video I would continue with the rest of the questions. So, question number 3 is according to which theory only human beings can have interests and rights, and that a corporation is only a legal device or formula which will enable every complex jural relations to be understood more easily. So, this question has come from jurisprudence. The options are purpose theory, bracket theory, realist theory, and fiction theory. Let us understand all the four options. So the purpose theory means human beings have personality, so this won't be the answer. Realist theory means that every group has a real mind, a real will, and real power of action. And fiction theory means personality of a corporation is different from that of its members. So these three won't be the answer. The answer will be then the bracket theory. And then question number 4 is from the Indian Penal Code. The question is, the right of private defense of body continues as soon as a reasonable apprehension of danger to the body arises and continues as long as such apprehension continues. This observation was made by the Supreme Court in which case? Ram Sharu versus State of UP, State of Punjab versus Nanak Chand, Devnarayan versus State of UP, or Rangabilla versus Union of India. The answer will be Devnarayan versus State of UP because all the other three options falls under section 302 of the Indian Penal Code, which deals with murder, punishment for murder. Question number 5 is from the Industrial Disputes Act, which has been omitted from the new syllabus. Question number 9 is also from the Industrial Disputes Act. Then question number 10. A police officer tortures B to induce him to point out where certain stolen property is deposited. Here, A is guilty of an offence under Section 330 IPC, Section 333 IPC, Section 332 IPC, Section 331 IPC. So let us discuss what these sections mentions. Section 330 states that voluntarily causing hurt to extort confession or to compel restoration of property. Section 333 states that voluntarily causing grievous hurt to deter public servant from his duty. Section 332 deals with voluntarily causing hurt to deter public servant from his duty. Section 331 IPC deals with voluntarily causing grievous hurt to extort confession or to compel restoration of property. So the answer will be section 330 IPC, the first one. Question number 11 is from the jurisprudence. Given below are two statements, one as assertion and the other as reason. Read the statements and choose the correct answer using the quote given below. Austinian theory of law does not properly explain constitutional law, customary law, and judicial precedents. Yes, this is correct. Constitutional law, customary law, and judicial precedents do not share the same pedigree as statutory law. The answer will be both are true. Yes, both are true because constitutional law, customary law, and judicial precedents, yes, they do not have the same pedigree as statutory law. And R is the correct explanation of A. Question number 12 is, the National Human Rights Commission was established in India in which year, on which date? The answer will be 12th October 1993. Then question number 13. Given below are two statements, one as assertion and the other reason. Read the statements and choose the correct answer using the quote given below. Assertion is custom to have the force of law must be immemorial, which means that custom to have the force of law has to be there for more than 100 years. And the reason is that custom represents common consciousness of the people, which means that custom represents has been created from the minds of the people. So the question is, custom has been there for more than 100 years because it is created from the minds of the people? No. So the answer is option number 2. Both A and R are true, but R is not the correct explanation of A. Question number 14. Given below are two statements, one labeled as assertion and the other labeled as reason. Read the statements and choose the correct answer using the code given below. Judicial review of administrative actions under Articles 32 and 226 is part of the basic structure of Indian Constitution. It was held by the Supreme Court in L. Chandrakumar versus Union of India. Yes, both are true, and R is the correct explanation of A. So option number 3 is correct. Question number 15. Given below are two statements, one as assertion and the other as reason. Read the statements and choose the correct answer using the code given below. Assertion: the communication of proposal is complete when it comes to the knowledge of the person to whom it is made. Reason: Section 4 of the Indian Contract Act 1872 deals with the issue of completeness of communication. So we have to understand that whether the assertion is mentioned in Section 4 of the Indian Contract Act. Yes, it is mentioned in Section 4 of the Indian Contract Act. So the answer will be option number 1. Both A and R are true, and R is the correct explanation of A. Question number 16. Assertion: act of God is a kind of evitable accident, with the difference that it arises out of the working of human forces. Reason: the occurrence need not be unique, nor need it be one that happens for the first time. It is enough that it is extraordinary, and such as it could not reasonably be anticipated. The first one is false. Act of God is a kind of evitable accident. It arises out of the working of human forces. Is completely false because it is an act of God and not an act of any human force. But R, the reason is true. The occurrence need not be unique, nor need it be one that happens for the first time. It is enough that is extraordinary and such as could not reasonably be anticipated. Yes, it could not be anticipated and it is extraordinary. Question number 17. Under which of the following articles of the United Nations the General Assembly may establish such subsidiary organs as it deems necessary for the performance of its functions? Article 21, Article 20, Article 23 or Article 22? So, the answer will be Article 22, which deals with the functions of General Assembly, that it can establish subsidiary organs as it deems necessary for the performance of its functions. Question number 18. Who among the following groups of jurists are the chief exponents of the declaratory theory of recognition? Hall, Brearley, Fisher and Pitt Corbett, Hart, Austin and Bentham, Hegel, Ancelotti or Oppenheim, Fenwick, Kelsen, Fuller or Spargenberger. So the correct option is option number 1, Hall, Brearley, Fisher and Pitt Corbett. Question number 19 is from the Industrial Disputes Act. So it's not within the syllabus. Question number 20. Which of the following statements are correct in relation to administrative control of forums and commission under Section 24B of the Consumer Protection Act 1986? The options are: National Commission shall have administrative control over all state commissions. National commissions shall call for the periodical return of pendency of cases before the state commissions. State commissions shall have administrative control over all district forums. State commission can issue instructions. to district forums to furnish English translation of judgments written in any language. All the four options are correct. The answer will be option number 4. 1, 2, 3 and 4 are correct. Question number 21. Which of the following are the chief exponents of the theory of consent regarding the basis of international law? This question is from the international law. The answer will be option number 3. Ancelotti, Triple and Oppenheim. They are the exponents.